Here's a classic puzzler. It seems like one may not be able to solve this problem. Let's go ahead and read the question and talk about it a little bit, and I would encourage you to try the problem on your own, but I will be happy to solve it. A chicken and a half lays an egg and a half in a day and a half. How many eggs 12 chickens lay in 12 days? It seems like it's a problem that doesn't have a solution because it's hard to imagine a chicken and a half laying an egg and a half. It's not very intuitive either. You have to genuinely understand how the three quantities, the number of chickens, the number of eggs, and the number of days, are related to one another. So go ahead, give this problem a shot, but the video follows. So in our question we have the statement 1.5 chickens can lay 1.5 eggs over a period of 1.5 days. But before we get to our main solution, let's make sure we understand a couple of things. Let's cross out 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. Let's say the question was 2 chickens can lay 2 eggs in 2 days. Okay, let's say the number of chickens is the same. I can say 2 chickens can lay, if I want to multiply this by 2, I have to multiply this by 2. So let's say 2 chicken will be able to lay 4 eggs over a period of 4 days. Now, what I'm trying to say is this: when the number of chickens is constant, the number of eggs is proportional to number of days, and that means if you double the number of eggs, you have to double the number of days. If you triple the number of eggs, you have to triple the number of days. If you multiply the number of eggs by 4 times, you have to multiply the number of eggs by number of days by 4 times. And you absolutely have to get this concept. If you don't understand this concept, it'll be fairly difficult for you to solve a problem like this. So if the number of chickens is the same, number of eggs is proportional to the number of days. If one goes up, the other has to go up proportionately. There is one more important fact that you have to understand as well. I'm going to erase everything. And I'm going to start with, I'm going to choose a different number. Let's say I have this statement. 3 chickens can lay 3 eggs in 3 days. Okay, let's say this is fixed. The number of days is not going to change. If I bring twice as many chickens times 2, let's say I have 6 chickens now. Okay, and during the same time period, 3 days, 6 chickens will lay twice as many eggs. Another very important concept you have to understand if you want to solve problems like this. What we are trying to say here, if 3 chickens can lay 3 eggs over a period of 3 days, during the same time period, twice as many chickens will lay twice as many eggs. If you bring more chicken, they don't need additional time. During the same time period, the chickens will lay eggs. So, to summarize, if the number of days is constant, if the number of days is constant, the number of chickens is proportional to the number of eggs. If you want to multiply the number of chickens by 7, you have to multiply the number of eggs by 7. If you have 7 times as many chickens, during the same time period, they will lay 7 times as many eggs. These two concepts, just to recap, if you keep the number of days constant, the number of chickens is proportional to the number of eggs. If you keep the number of chickens constant, number of eggs is proportional to the number of days, which was explained earlier. So you want to understand these two concepts. They're absolutely crucial for you to understand. It's absolutely crucial for you to understand these two concepts. Otherwise, you won't be able to follow the solution. I'm assuming you're still following if you're watching the video. If you did it on your own, I'm sure you use ideas very similar to the ones I've discussed here. The idea is to solve this problem so that I can have 12 chickens here, 12 chickens here, and 12 days here, and I don't know what I should get here. Whatever I get here would be my answer. So we're going to use the two techniques that we have discussed in the previous slides to get to that. The first thing I do is I don't like those fractions 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. I don't want to visualize 1.5 chickens. For some reason, it bothers me a lot. I'm a vegetarian, so that could be the reason. So let's go ahead and change this 1.5 into a whole number. And one way to do it is to multiply 1.5 by 2. If you have twice as many chickens, they'll lay twice as many eggs during the same time period. The number of days won't change because the additional chickens will not need additional days. They're going to be laying eggs during the same time period. This is times 2. This is times 2. This is constant. Okay. Next, I'm going to change the number of days. I multiplied this by 2. I multiplied this by 2. And this is my constant. What does that mean? 3 chickens can lay 3 eggs over a period of 1.5 days. That means 3 chickens will lay twice as many eggs over a period that's twice as long. So this statement, 3 chickens can lay 6 eggs over a period of 3 days, is far better than the first one. It's much easier to visualize. However, what we need is a 12 here, a 12 here, a 12 here, and a box here. We're supposed to find the value of the box, and once we do it, we'll be finished. Okay, how do we get a 12 here? Well, it's not that difficult. We can multiply this by 4 to get a 12 here. We can multiply this by 4 to get a 24 here. And we are going to keep it constant. And we're going to go over that statement once again. This is times 4. This is also times 4. Remember, we discussed we can do it. If 3 chickens can lay 6 eggs, 4 times as many chickens can lay 4 times as many eggs during the same time period. Well, I have my 12 that I was really desiring right here. And this is 24. How can I change this to a 12? Well, let's take a different color. And now I'm going to multiply this by 4. Times 4. I have to multiply this by 4 as well. And we're going to go over it, why that's the case, once again. And this has to be my constant. Same 12. Okay. 24 multiplied by 4 is, I believe it's 96. And 3 times 4 is 12. So, same number of chickens. Okay, the number of chickens didn't change. I have my 12. That's what I was looking for. And I'll keep it there. However, the same number of chickens, say, let's say 12 chickens can lay 24 eggs over a period of 3 days. The same number of chickens will lay 4 times as many eggs over a period that's 4 times as long. So my final answer is 96. That's my final answer. So if 1.5 chickens lay 1.5 eggs over a period of 1.5 days, 12 chickens can lay 96 eggs over a period of 12 days.